The UAW hall, across from the Nummi plant. There's a gathering here. I've heard Trump is going to speak. I don't know. These guys look like either lawyers or union officials. Some longshoremen here, Teamsters here, CWA here. Yeah. There's a gathering here. I've heard Trump is going to speak. I don't know. I'm inside now. It's been a long time since I've been inside this hall. We have some seats up here. A lot of people standing. Nothing's begun yet. I'll save a little battery for later. There's some kids here. Fremont, California. Nummi. This is Nummi plant just across the street. Yeah, I was just talking to a guy over there. That woman in the red jacket is the head of Alameda Central Labor Council. She's here. Our members aren't. That guy there with the bald head is the head of one of the Teamster locals. He's been ahead of that local for years. There's the guy just told me that some of this guy here, this brother on the left with his hand up, he just told me that a lot of the guys won't come over. He said there's a lot of strife in this local. He said that if we all stick together, if we stuck together, and I mentioned about the students, he said if we all stuck together, we'd have some real power. Of course, you hear that all the time, but it has to be organized, you know. And there's a lot of officials here, particularly as often the case, you'll see guys with Teamster jackets like that, you know, and they're not members, they're business agents and stuff like that. These are two auto workers that are thinking of going into the film industry because as actors, because they might be out of work in April. But I was going to ask you about the that ruckus last month. What was that all about? He was telling me, Buddy here was telling me what it was about. What was it about? Pensions or something? Was there anger at the union leaders?
It was about the buyout.
Oh yeah?
And, for the retention package. And a lot of members were upset because the bargaining committee didn't really inform us about what they were getting and what the conditions were.
Yeah.
A lot of people felt that what the company had offered us was a good offer, and we wanted to be able to vote on that.
Or at least hear about it.
And we were basically just told to shut up and sit down.
Yeah. Well, that's standard procedure from a lot of union leaders, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Not just your local, not
right,
your
it's
union.
like we had no real voice.
Yeah.
At all. You know, it's supposed to be a democracy.
Yeah.
Where you have you're being told what to do. Basically.
Yeah. Just vote, pay your dues and vote.
Yeah, even when it comes up, they're just going to say, well, vote on it.
Yeah.
They're not going to tell us what it is.
The details. Brother here was telling me that they moved out the plant. Is that right? They moved the union leadership moved their offices at the plant.
That I haven't heard.
Yeah, that's what Juan was telling us. They're across the street. They don't come and talk to us
Oh
anymore.
yeah.
Yeah, they're hiding out.
I better turn this off for a second.
This weekend, we'll be handing out flyers and holding banners in front of 25 Toyota and Lexus dealerships. Every week. And we will double that number in both California and the United States. We want Toyota to renew their allegiance to our members at the Fremont, California plant, and to the car buyers who love the cars that we build. We want the company to review and reverse their decision to close our factory. And at this time, I want to turn it over to Art Pulaski, Secretary Treasurer of California Labor Federation, and his 2.5 million members around the country. He's been in this fight with the UAW since day one. Art? Thank you, Sergio.
As he said, I'm Art Pulaski with the California Labor Federation, representing some 2.5 million workers across the state of California with a common message, with a common theme that says we are all in this together. And we have workers all over the state of California on board on this effort to save the Nummi plant here in Fremont. We have brothers and sisters from lots of unions here today. We got the Teamsters, we got the machinists, we got the communications workers, and I'll acknowledge more in a couple of minutes as we see more of them. But here's the deal. We are here today to give a renewed message to Toyota that says Northern California is the place that buys the most Toyotas of anywhere in America. And don't abandon your customers from the plant that's one of the most productive automobile plants in all of America, from continuing to put out the automobiles that people in California want to drive. Don't abandon the people of California. It's not just the workers of Nummi, but it's the people of California. We brought together, we're building a campaign around workers, around consumers, with environmentalists, with community leaders, with elected officials, and with religious leaders, all together to bring that message to Toyota. Are you ready to do that message? Are you ready to lay it on? So we have testimony from a few people here today. And most appropriately, we're going to start it off with a woman who's a reliable and steady worker across the street at the Nummi plant. And I want to please give you, to represent the message from all the workers at Nummi, just her own personal story. Please give a very warm welcome to UAW member and Nummi worker, Marcella Everett.
First of all, this is very difficult for me to be standing up here. I worked at the Nummi plant for 8 years. I work on the final assembly line. I have 3 kids, Anthony, Jasmine, and Xavier. My husband used to work there. He got hurt and laid off. He's right now currently not working. If Nummi shuts down, I do not know, we do not know what we're going to do. I'm asking you for your support to let Toyota know that we want to keep Nummi open.
Stop the plan to close us down. Don't be the bad guys in this town.
This is the head of the Central Labor Council.
Councilmember Bill Harrison.
She's announcing all the Democrats that are here to support us.
Councilmember Bob Wajkowski.
All these politicians that they're calling out.
From the Fremont City Council, Councilman Jim Prola.
I know that one. Oh, dear, dear, dear. I work with him.
U.S. representatives from the offices of U.S. Representative Jerry McNerney, Representative Pete Stark, Senator Ellen Corbett.
Look at them, all the Democrats here.
Our Labor Council stood with you last summer to do a rally. Our Labor Council has stood with you on lobby visits, on educational programs, on going around and talking to community organizations. This weekend, during the holiday weekend, this important President's Day sale weekend, our Labor Council will join UAW members in leafleting and in creating a presence in dealerships for the local campaign that you heard President Trump describe, so that we can talk with consumers and we can talk with the public about what's going on at Toyota and the choice that can be made here so that these hard times